Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Hang on, let me just turn on Instagram so they can join us. I am going to fix my bangs for this because you're going to need to see my forehead. So my bangs are sad and droopy, and today we're talking about eyes, so I can't have this in the way. Pardonnez-moi. Okay. Instagram is up. Good afternoon, everyone. Today is a very exciting time, I think, for everyone. Everyone's super going to be into this because, ladies and gentlemen, it is a new product launch day. Do you not love drop days? I love drop days. I love when a new product is out and about and we get to enjoy it for the first time, and you're going to get to see me enjoy my brand new package that I just got from Ellana HQ. Have it right here. I have opened it to check it inside, but I haven't opened the package yet. We're going to unbox it together, talk about the new products, and of course, y'all are here for an eyeshadow demo from a monolid, which I am. So, well, sort of. I have a tope, but it's not. I'll explain what monolids actually are in a bit. Let me just fix my bangs. So yeah, if you are looking for an eyeshadow tutorial to fit the new normal, since we're all about eye makeup now in this brand new world of ours, you are in the right place. And we are also, of course, going to be talking about the brand new products that we're launching today. So if you guys are excited to learn about eyes, new products, and basically new normal makeup, this is the right life for you. Welcome to Ask Ellana. Okay, so my bangs are now out of the way, and you can now see my eyebrows and my eyes very clearly. First things first, a reminder to all of y'all who are watching. Here at Ask Ellana, we like interactivity. We like people to talk to us, talk back to us, and basically interact with us. So we reward people. If you guys want to get a GC at the end of this live, you will want to start answering questions, chatting us up, and making sure to put in some audience interaction. If you do, then one lucky winner from Instagram and one lucky winner from Facebook will get to take home that gift certificate. So make sure that you are interacting with us and not just acting up, okay? So decent questions, not questions about like my personal life, which you guys have asked before, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna entertain those. We're gonna ignore those, that kind of thing, okay? All right, my hair now looks somewhat decent. Hi, I am Ali X. Hi, Jen Basido. Okay, guys, first things first, make sure to shout out where you're watching from and where you're watching from and how are you this lovely day. All right, so we are gonna get started. Now, as I have said, today we are launching brand new products from the most awaited eye collection of Ellana. You guys have been asking for eyeshadow since, I don't even know. It's been a really long time. A long time. So today I'm excited to show you the expansion on our multi-purpose color creams. Now those things have been out of stock for the longest time. And the reason for that has been that we have been reformulating, creating them to be much better than before. Yes, of course, I'm going to swatch the new MCC. That's the whole point of this live. So I'm going to show you the just now out of the bag, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new shades of the multi-purpose color creams. So we are going to go through them. I am scared. I haven't even memorized these shades yet. There are so many, but we're going to go through them little by little. I am going to just open the package. We're going to start with Serenity, which is a pale taupe. I'm going to open that up for you. You're going to need to get a Gaia palette to hold all of these because these are 8 shades, so they should fit one Gaia palette. Right, opening that up. Okay, so this is Serenity, a pale taupe. This is what it looks like. So putting that in the package, very excited. So what makes our new multi-purpose creams brand new? It is now made with skin nourishing cocoa butter. So it's now made with skin nourishing cocoa butter, which adds like a very, yeah, there's a vaguely chocolate smell to it. The next shade I'm opening up is the shade Harmony, which is a beautiful brick red. Another thing I should mention about our MCCs is that they are safe for eye, lip, and cheek. Now, one thing we want to highlight that we've been highlighting in these lives since before, is that not all cream pigments are safe for the eyes. That's why I tell you guys never to use the lip junk blush on your eyes because these are not made with eye-safe pigments. There are certain types of pigments that the FDA says are for the eyes and some pigments that are just you don't do. So our Satin Stain Shine, our Lip Drunk Blush, and our LDBs are for the lips and cheeks only. But if you want to have eye, lip, cheek all the same color, look no further than the MCC. So I have Serenity and Harmony right here. Very nice shades that you put together. How much does the item cost? This is $2.99 per color. It will last you forever. You guys have seen my like OG, my original MCC palette. I have still not hit pan on these guys, and I've had them for a while. So these things last a long time because they're super pigmented. The next shade I am opening up, this is the shade Happiness. For all of you lovers of pink, this is a beautiful flamingo pink, kind of salmon pink. So if you're into that, you are going to love Happiness. Don't get it confused with the Happiness in SSS. That's a completely different shade. The Happiness in SSS is more similar to the Serenity in MCC. I know it's going to be a little bit confusing, but we're going to keep going. The next one, this is a shade I was looking forward to, is Heaven. And this is a redwood shade. So I'm going to pull that out. We're going to swatch them all together. Don't worry. I'm going to somehow remember the order in which I opened them all. So I'm going to write down on my notebook here. I have a tiny notebook. Hang on. I have a beautiful notebook here that I'm going to write down the shades in order of my opening them. So from left to right, top, down, it is, I opened Serenity, then Harmony, then Happiness, Heaven. I have to write it down because I don't want to forget. These are 8 new shades. This is the biggest shade I've ever seen. Then we have Respect, which I think we all need in this life. By the way, the redwood shade is called Heaven. Please remember the names of the actual products and not the shade name, because you're not going to be able to shop it by black, currant, red, whatever. So we have Heaven, which is a redwood shade. And then we have Respect, which is a black currant, kind of berry red. So this is Respect right there. Then we have Eden, which actually I wrote a song called Eden once. So that is a lovely shade name, if I do say so myself. So we have Eden. Now, don't worry if your package has kind of like oil or grease on top. That's just the shea butter kind of like extruding a little bit. It's because it was hot on the drive. It'll be fine if you leave it, for example. There's nothing wrong with it. So to let you know. Then we have Wish, which is a dark brown. Like, this is going to be a really good kind of like eyeliner shade if you are into like deep eyeliner. So along with Eden, it's a really good eyeliner shade. And finally, we have Divine, which is a garnet shade. So if you like the lip and cheek gel in garnet, then Divine will be that MCC for you. All right, so where were we? We did Heaven, then we did Respect, Eden, Wish, and Divine. I'm going to write that down. Respect, Eden, Wish, and Divine. So you're gonna have to join me on a wonderful challenge as I learn all the names of these shades. But I'm gonna show them to you as soon as I tidy up my desk, because I've just been like throwing the packages all over my desk, and I don't like kalat. It's just me. So I'm gonna keep the papers with me so I can read the shades, exact shade names. Okay, so here we go. Here are our brand new multi-purpose color creams, which are cream eyeshadows, lipsticks, and cheek tints. They are all safe for the eye, the lip, and the cheek. All of these are safe, and they are absolutely beautiful. Don't you think those are just gorgeous? And I'm going to swatch them really small on the back of my hand so you guys can see them all. We'll start with Serenity. So this is Serenity. Beautiful, pale. I think this shade is described as, let me just get my flashcard here, a pale taupe color. So it's like a light kind of yellow-brown. Taupe is a yellow-brown. So if you're wondering what taupe is, that's what it is. This is Serenity. Very beautiful all over the eyelid shade. The next shade we're going to have is the shade Harmony, which is kind of like a salmony orange. So if you are fond, a lot of these shades are reminiscent of the lip drunk blushes. We know a lot of you guys were into the lip drunk blushes and like to use them on your eyes. It's just not allowed because you really have to check if your colors are eye safe. So these are not. The lip drunk blushes are not. So we made MCCs that matched them. All right, so we have Harmony. there, which is a beautiful kind of brick orange red. Then we have Happiness, which is going to be a flamingo pink. I'm wondering what that's going to look like. Okay, I'm going to use my pinky to get that so we can get a much easier swatcheroo. So you can see it's like a nice salmon pink. It reminds me, is this matte? Yes, it is. It's quite matte. So they have a little bit of creaminess to them. Any cream shadow won't have a perfect, it's like a natural matte finish, but they definitely do dry down as matte. There we go. Okay, next one we have Heaven, which is kind of like a rosewood shade. It's going to be like a red-brown. Heaven, beautiful color. Heaven reminds me of Positive Vibes SSS. And then Happiness reminds me of Believe SSS, if you guys are wondering. So then we have Respect. Now, Respect is described as a blackcurrant or berry red. So it's got like a bit of a peach, a bit of a brown. It's kind of more in between. But it is a beautiful color, beautiful registry on the skin. Look at that. Then we have my first, super excited for this one, Eden, which is a dark brown. So you guys have been asking for more contour colors. This is one you can use, especially for those darker skin tones here. This is beautiful. How much is it? $2.99. Then we have Wish, which is another contour shade. Then we have Divine. And I'm just going to swatch also alongside this. I'm going to swatch the original 4. So we have, oops, smushed it too hard. We have Glee. I'm going to wipe my hands because I don't want to mix colors by accident. We have Glee, Delight, Hope, which is a dark red, and then finally Paradise. All right, so these are all, honestly, so just a thing for everybody. Okay, the website will show descriptions for each shade. Please go over to the link right now, the eye makeup collection. It should be there. Yes, it is very long lasting. It's $2.99 per shade, and they all work on all skin tones. So the reason why this is that particular palette that we created, look, it's very trendy. Like I see a lot of Korean eyeshadows, their entire eyeshadow palette is just these colors because they work for all skin tones. They are beautiful for all skin tones, and in particular, they look very, very nice on monolid eyes. Now, of course, even if you're not a monolid, you can use these shadows and they're very, very pretty. But because in Asia, whether or not you are of Chinese or East Asian descent, you will have what is called a slight monolid. Is it crease on the eye, especially if the eyelids have many folds? No, they do not. They set down just fine. If you'd like to make sure that they go dry down, you can also set them with the Stay Matte Poreless powder. Again, all shades work on morenas. I'm letting you know I don't have any preference. And nope, you do not need to prime your eyes at all because a cream formula, if you watched our morena live, our monolid makeup live with Tin Lucas, she explained that cream shadows do not need to be primed. They will stick to the eyes just fine. Michelle, even if they crack, so these will tend to crack if you leave them in a dry place for too long. Do not worry. That does not mean the product is broken or anything like that. You just have to like warm it up. You can put a blow dryer and just go on it, and that will bring it right back to life. It should be just fine. You can also put a spray of the brush cleaner that also disinfects it and brings it back to life. So if it cracks from being stored somewhere where it's too sunny, can you use it on top of powder? Yes, you can. Totally fine. All right. So these are all the shades that we have. Now we're going to get into the tutorial. Are you guys excited to get into the tutorial? Yes, I think we're ready. We are 16 minutes in and I've done swatching, so let's get into the tutorial. Okay, so first things first, what are monolid eyes? Now, Frankie, how can you call yourself a monolid when you obviously have a fold? Well, monolid eyes actually come in many, many forms. There are actually monolids that have an epicanthal fold to a certain extent. That's what this thing is called. But Caucasian eyes will tend to have it higher, like right up here almost, nearer the brow bone. That's what they call the crease. Whereas monolid eyes will tend to have it much lower, and you'll have a very flat inner eye area. So this part of my eye is quite flat, and it just starts showing the fold as we go. So if this part of your eye is flat, like this part, that means you're still a monolid, because if you were not a monolid, it would be like this. You see what I mean? Versus this. This means you're not a monolid. This means you're a monolid, because the fold, it kind of folds over. And if you notice, if I open my eyes really wide, the fold swallows the other one up. So that means I'm still considered a monolid. Is it lightweight when applied? Yes, the MCCs were designed for the eyes. Yes, they're all matte. Yes, you can use it on top of powder. I'm actually wearing a powder foundation right now. I'm wearing the Pressed Mineral Foundation. I'm going to apply it to my cheeks and my lips also afterwards. But first things first, I'm going to show you how to use these shades on your eyes for a monolid eye tutorial. Before we do that, let's do our brows really quickly. Remember that when you're doing eye makeup, you want to start from the top down. So after you do your foundation and your contour, you want to start doing your face from the top, moving down, so it's faster to do. So I'm just going to sketch in my brows really quickly with this light taupe eyebrow pencil. This is the light brown eyebrow pencil from Ellana, obviously, Project Vanity by Ellana, which I use all the time when I want to just do a really quick eyebrow moment. Let me see. Is it lightweight when applied? You guys can keep asking questions as well. Don't worry. Again, these are all the shades we're going to do today. Look at them. There are 12 shades in total. And they are made with a beautiful combination of a shea butter, which is amazing and wonderful for the skin. Shea butter is really good at kind of alleviating irritation. It is an oil, a butter that actually naturally mimics the texture of your skin oil, so it won't be too greasy, and it will adhere. You obviously want your cream shadow to have some sort of creamy oiliness to it so it sticks to your eyes, but not too much so it doesn't slide off. So I am just doing my brows really quickly. We're just going to do a straight eyebrow, not too thick. The hexagonal tip of the Life Proof eyebrow pencil really just makes it super easy to do my brows very fast. Like, see how fast I did my brows there? They're done, right? Okay, so now we can get started with the eyeshadow. So I'm going to admit that I'm going to be using different types of brushes here. So if you don't have an eyeshadow brush yet, I do suggest you get one from Ellana. We have a wonderful model, which is this. Mine's dirty. I'm going to clean it up. This is the mini blending brush. It is really, really useful. I like using this for eyeshadow overall. And I'm going to hit it with my brush cleaner so I can get rid of all the powder shadow that's already on it. Actually, no, I think this is Paradise MCC that I left on it. So we're going to disinfect my eyeshadow brush. Okay. So this is what we're going to start using. And you really only need one brush. You can also use your fingers for this, but I really find if you want to be precise, I'm going to show you how to do an eyeliner for monolids as well. So that's going to come up too. Because you have to stop thinking about eyeliner as sort of like all over the eye. I'm going to show you. Don't worry. Don't worry. Teaser for that later. And we're going to do shadow liners. Anyway, here you go. We're going to start with this. Now, ordinarily, if you look at the backs of packages, hang on, somebody wants to swatch, so. Sorry, got paused there, the internet cut out. Don't worry. All right, so as I was saying, on the backs of packages for eyeshadows, usually it says to apply kind of like light shade here, darker shade here, and then darkest shade here. If you do that, you will tend to unbalance the eye and make it look smaller. I've done a lot of research. I watched a lot of videos on monolid makeup, and it's actually the reverse. And also, a lot of tutorials for eye makeup tend to concentrate pigment right here, which, if you have downturned eyes, will make your eyes look heavier and may make them look smaller. So my tip for you guys, if you're looking for eye makeup tutorials, aside from this tutorial demo I'm going to do for you right now, is to go on, when you're looking for eyeshadow tutorials on YouTube, if you have more Asian looking eyes, look for tutorials from Asian creators. Go look for Filipino creators. Go look for like Korean, East Asian, Thai, Southeast Asian, look for people who look like you because they will understand how to work with your eyes. And when looking at a tutorial, make sure you like the makeup that they made. If you don't like that makeup, don't copy that tutorial. You cannot copy a tutorial and get different results. If you didn't like what it looked like on them, don't try it on yourself. Okay, I'm just gonna fix my brow a little bit here. All right. Now, for me specifically, you have to also take note that all monolid eyes are not created equal. That is racism. A lot of people used to say like, you have tiny eyes and they're like slits. Nope. All monolids have different shaped eyes just like the rest of humanity because duh, we're humans. And you have to pay attention to where your eyes turn up or down. If you notice mine, they kind of go up a little bit. So you can see like the corners kind of like go up in like a bird-like almond shape. I have a cat-shaped eye. But some people, their eyes turn down more like this, like the Korean eye. It's not true. It's very racist to assume that all monolids have eyes that look like this. Because that is not true for all. There are some Asians who have eyes like this, definitely. There are a lot of high fashion models who do. But your eye may not look like that. Don't assume. Make sure to work with your eye structure. Now, mine is kind of like, I would say mine's a very basic looking eye. It's the standard almond eye. Most Pacific Islander East Asians will have this type of eye as well. So I think I'm going to be a good demo for you guys. I'm going to try to get as close as possible given that my laptop is in the way. I'm going to move my keyboard out of the way. Keyboard, be gone for now. I'm going to move my keyboard out of the way. Yes, I have to use a mechanical keyboard because my keyboard is broken. Keyboard, go there. I'm going to move this closer. Close enough for you? Close enough for you? Okay. We're very uncomfortably close right now. We're going to get started. Now, we're going to prime the eye first with a shade here. Even generally speaking, you still want to do one base color all over your eyes so that all the other cuddles. Where are my babies? Outside. They're not going to be here right now. I'm doing with my eye makeup. So these are, you want to do a base shade all over the eye just to define the eye overall. And this can actually be the color you put all over your lid. Now for today, because I'm kind of just, I don't know, I'm wearing white. So we're going to go with taupe, the Serenity shade, which is a light taupe. And we're going to do a wash all over the lid. My eyes have deep outer corners. Then that means you can define them further with an outer V. Okay. Now, obviously, I cannot do a tutorial. That's why I said this is a demo and not a tutorial. I cannot do a total tutorial because, again, you guys have totally different eye shapes, and I can't answer all of your eye shapes. But I can explain to you how I do my eyes and the rationale behind it, and then maybe you can get some principles that you can use for yourself. In particular, there are some universal principles, such as, for example, when you're doing your base shade, you don't want to go any farther than this bone here. This is the brow bone, right? You don't want to go any farther than the socket of your brow bone. So base shade, I'm using Serenity. As you can see on the eyelid, it is a very light wash color. Very good for like just a generic base shade. It should not show up too much on Morena. It's showing up a little bit more on me because I have lighter skin, but it should not show up too much on Morena skin, which makes it an ideal base shade. And also if you have fair skin, you can blend it out so it's not too obvious because we just want this to be a base for the rest of our eyeshadow makeup. We don't want to look like we have a punched eye. Right? So we're just going to go again, taking that Serenity on my brush. And I'm just kind of going all the way up into my socket. This is like the eye socket. That's as far as your eyeshadow should go. You should not take it too high up here because then you'll kind of start looking like a drag person, which is, I mean, if you're going to do drag, it's fine. If you're going to do daily makeup, not so fine. This is the shade Serenity. It is one of our new MCCs made with cocoa butter, which is a fun thing to condition the skin. You also want to make sure that when you do, I'm going to clean my brush here. We're gonna be using brush cleaner a lot during this tutorial because if you have multiple brushes, then you're fine. But if you only have one brush, you want a color switch, which is basically what the brush cleaner can do. So on a clean brush, just blend out the edges so you don't get a weird circle like line. You don't want there to be a line. So there we go. All right, so we have the base shade on, right? Now let's go into layering. The idea with monolid eyes, so with Caucasian eyes, non-monolid eyes with crease, if you watch a lot of like cut crease videos, you watch a lot of like Western YouTubers, they will concentrate a lot of dark color here and go lighter this way. That's not going to work as much for monolid eyes because our eyes don't have that much depth in terms of the lid. What you want to do is to create artificial depth by doing that gradient. Instead of vertically this way, sorry, instead of horizontally this way, you want a vertical gradient from here going up. So it goes darker near the lashes and then lighter as you go up instead of from here to here. You will still put a little bit of dark pigment there. I'm going to talk about eyeliner near the end of this live. But again, we want to concentrate the gradient from darkest to lightest going up. So I'm going to take, since this is Serenity, I'm going to go in with what I think is going to be my darkest shade. Can you layer it? Of course they do. Yes, you can. I'm going to do that right now, Chris. You are preempting my tutorial. Of course we can. Why would I make an eyeshadow? Why would we make an, not I didn't make this. Why would we make an eyeshadow you couldn't layer? That would be no fun. So this is definitely good for layering, very lightweight, I promise. All right, so we're going to go in with this shade. This is the shade Eden, which is a very dark brown. I'm going to take that on my... Of course, when you're layering this on, good question, by the way, Chris, nice. If you're layering this on, you're going to have to do it lightly because they're super pigmented. So you don't want to have, like, you don't have crazy eyes. So we're going to keep Eden, which is a burnt umber, very close to the lash line. Like super, super close. So I'm using the point of my brush to get that as close as possible to my lids. If you feel like this brush is too big, it's okay. Another brush you can use, by the way, to get that very, very close lid is you can use, well, you can use a line, a brush like that. But you can actually, I was going to say, you can use, where's my brow brush? Oh, where is my brow brush? Oh, where is my brow brush? Where's my brow brush? Basically, you can use your brow brush. I'm trying to find that because I'm going to use it later for eyeliner. Where is my brow brush? Is it gone? No, it's my favorite brush. No! No! Oh my gosh, my brow brush is missing, guys. I'm so sad. Something always goes missing when I do these tutorials, I swear. Okay. Or did I put it inside my roller? I think I put it in there. No, it's not in there. What? Do I have to buy another one? Oh, there it is. No, it's not. Dang, nabbit. Okay, we're gonna do the Frankie hunts for her brow brush at some other point because like that's just distressing. Like I cannot lose. I'm gonna have to just order. I'm gonna order another brow brush. I keep losing that one. I think it's cursed. So we're gonna order another one. I know, right? The solution is just like let's just buy another one. But you can use the angled brow brush, something like this, because that way you can get very close to that. So I'm gonna use this because I can't find my actual brow brush. But ideally, you would use the Ellana brow brush. It should be in here because like, oh, there it is. Okay, there we go. Right, brow brush. Base color for dark eyelids, I would suggest still Serenity. As you can see, Serenity, you can build it up to be darker. You can make it really, really light. So again, I'm going to use Eden with my brow brush. Tinted moisturizer. You can use OGBB for that. So I'm just going to blend it with my finger. So again, if you are a monolid, if you are a chinita, you want to go from darkest to lightest. You want to move up the eyelid, not from here to here. Please come up with tinted moisturizer. OGBB, Teresa made it already. It's called OGBB. It can act as a tinted moisturizer already. Just have to build it up. Or actually, we encourage people to mix the loose mineral foundation with their favorite moisturizer. You can actually mix that to make a custom tinted moisturizer because why buy a separate one if you already have a moisturizer at home? You can use your night moisturizer as a day moisturizer. Just mix it with a little bit of the loose mineral foundation and you have a tinted moisturizer. Boom. So again, you want to just get that darker shade as close to your lash line as possible. The brow brush, really, like a lot of brow brush is my favorite. I know, right? It is so good for kind of like detail work. I'm going to just clean it so it's not stiff. It is so good for detail work. And actually, I'm going to use this as an eyeliner brush later. So for now, I'm going to just use this one because it's fluffier. Yeah. So you want to get as close to the lash line as possible. Again, just layer on that dark color as close to the lash line as possible. And if you'd like, you can actually extend past. If you have eyes that go downwards, you can actually make a little bit of a wing. I wouldn't say like a total wing, but make it lift up a little bit just so that your eyes can look more awake if you have down-turned eyes. If you don't, then you won't need to do this. Again, I'm going to get another clean brush just to use this. I'm going to use a random clean brush to blend. It's really important that you blend your eyeshadow color because you don't want any harsh lines. It's not a good look to have like a very clean delineation. Especially since you're doing a gradient, you want to make sure that that line between your shades is very, very soft. I'm just blending that in. Now we're ready to go in with the next shade. So again, I'm going to take my eyeshadow brush. So again, we're going from dark to light. So the next shade we're going to do has to be slightly lighter. So from Eden, we're going to move on. I think I'm going to try to use something from the older palette. This is the shade Delight. I'm going to go in with the shade Delight, which is one of our original shades. I'm going to apply it right above where I applied that not Delight. So this is Glee. Sorry, not Delight. This is Glee. Right above where I applied Eden. I'm applying Glee. So you can see it's a much lighter shade than the original. I can take a clean brush and just blend those two shades into each other. So you can see that this way, the eyeshadow, the gentle gradient you get with this allows it so that your eyelids, even if they swallow up the color, you're still seeing the color. You know what I mean? Because I know that's a big problem with monolids is that you're worried that the eyeshadow will swallow up the color. That's why we do a gradient pataas so that if you do put color, you're able to see all of it. So I'm just blending it out so you don't get a circle. And you can use your finger, just blend away the excess. So even with my eyes open, you can see there's a beautiful, the color is not wasted. You're seeing that gradient happen. Now we're going to apply the last shade, which is just under the brow bone. It's going to be the lightest shade we can use. I'm going to reach back into, again, monolid, you want to go dark to light. I'm going to reach back into this palette. I'm going to use the shade Happiness, which is a pale pink. And I'm going to put that right up here. It's kind of like an accent. So, and for this light shade, I'm going to just take it into my crease slightly. Not my crease, but into my brow bone slightly, like kind of stabbing it in there. So we get some shadow. And then I'm going to blend that up. Now, again, it's quite a light, bubbly color. That way, it has really nice impact when I open my eyes. You can see that? You take a clean brush and you blend that out. So instead of contouring, like a lot of people think of like contouring the eye, the brow bone with a dark color. But if you have monolids, doing that may make your eyes look too heavy. So using a bright color instead gives you kind of like depth and beauty, and like it gives their eyes like lightness while still kind of defining that bone. So you can see the difference there, but instead of using a darker eyeshadow, right? So it's a lot softer, and that's kind of ideal if you have a monolid, like softer colors, just not stuff that will make your eyelids look too heavy. Just blending that out. Now, this is a really good look, but it is a little bit flat. So it's just color, right? And it's nice. It's pretty. I could actually go out the house like this, but let's add a little bit more depth to it, right? So now we're going to go in with eyeliner. So I'm going to take shadow liner in particular. So I'm going to take the shade Wish, which is a dark kind of neutral brown, really good for contour, on a line brush. You can even use the brow brush for this, something that's kind of like a flat edge. And we're going to go really close to the lash line here. We're going to use that to line. Now, what works for monolids really is the half liner, meaning that you don't have a lot of eyeliner in the inner corner. It's really kind of built outwards toward the outer corner so that it is more visible. And you want it to kind of pull outwards. So, like so. So you can see that. So instead of layering a ton of eyeliner on the inside, which is going to get swallowed up by your eyelid, you want to build up depth moving outward. Now, I'm using what's known as a shadow liner technique, meaning I don't want too harsh an eye line, because really harsh colors for eyeliner or like too thick eyeliner can make your eyes look smaller. So something like a brown, a dark brown, that's why we recommend, like, for example, the dark brown eyeshadow pomade, eyebrow pomade, really helps kind of like naturally enhance the eyes. So I'm kind of just doing a little bit of the outer V there, but not a lot. So there you go. And that instantly kind of gives my eyes more definition. You can see right there, right? When's the next sale? Girl, it's a new product. It's not going to go on sale. It's $2.99, girl. It's $2.99. But there is stuff on sale on the website you can buy alongside it, including our brushes. You can buy the brushes on sale. So you can go there. But girl, kaka-release lang siya, $2.99 lang. Papasale mo pa. My gosh. My gosh. My gosh. So again, for, I believe, Facebook user, she didn't put your name. If I use Wishes eyeliner, will it smudge under my? Nope, it will not. Because it is designed to, see? So I'm concentrating sort of the depth of the eyeline outside instead of doing it all the way in. And then I'm going to soften that edge because I don't want to be a super strong eyeline. I'm going to soften that edge with a clean brush. So again, we're going to do that again. I'm going to take Wish here on my flat brush on the other eye and concentrating from the middle of outward. In up for my eyes, because my eyes, again, I don't want them to turn down. I want them to go up. So I am pulling that liner up, or rather that shadow up in like a dark eyeliner shape. But if you want your eyes to go down, so you want them to look cuter, then you want, again, eyeliner, but you want it to go downward. So you have to, your eyeliner direction, your shadow liner direction determines how your eyes will look like. Are they turned up? Are they turned down? So again, I'm just layering that on with a flat brush in like a vaguely eyeliner shape, defining the outer corners of my eyes. So instead of like a big, you know how some people, and I used to do this also, like apply a big block of dark eyeshadow right here to the outer third. That really only looks good if you have Caucasian like eyes with a crease, with a deep crease, because otherwise it just flattens out your eye. It makes it look like it doesn't have definition. So this kind of like eyeliner shape for like contouring your lids is much, much more natural looking and also helps to add depth and make your eyes look more awake. You can also use that same eyeliner shade and go in on the outer corner right here, lower lash line, and that helps create like, see the definition. So see how defined my eyes look? It makes my eyes look bigger but not heavy. So I'm just blending. You're gonna need a clean brush like all the time. Blend, blend, blend. So there you go. And I'm just gonna blend there. You can also put accent shades, so you can have some fun as well with kind of colors. But I would recommend, if you're gonna do an accent shade, I would reach into, let me get this shade out. It's one of my favorite. Where is my brilliant? Let's make sure. There we go. So you want brilliance, multi-purpose pigment. Yeah, there will be description on the new shades, definitely. There are going to be descriptions in the shades. Okay, so again, I would say for this one, you might want to use a finger or like a smaller brush. So I'm going to use like a smaller brush for this, like a smaller flat brush. Small flat brush. No, that's a brow brush. Okay, just trying to find something. Something like, not that, that's fluffy. Where are all my non-fluffy brushes? There we go. Okay, something like this. Take something like that. Okay. I will message them. We will put the description on the website. I'm going to message them right now. 3XE. I'll tell them later, but we'll put the description on the website. Don't worry about it. Okay, so I'm going to just take Brilliance, it's just a loose multi-purpose pigment. And if you want your eyes to look more alive, you want to put that shimmer in the middle of your eyelid. So it's called a sunshade. So it makes your eyes, look at that pop, right? So it should just be like a light shimmer in a very close color to the rest of your eyeshadows. You can even use a transparent shimmer, but basically anything that kind of adds light. And you just pat that onto the middle of your eye. And immediately, look how alive my eyes look. I am a monolid, but my eyes look like they have depth because there is something in the middle catching the light. So creating the illusion of depth because you have light and shadow. And what I love to do actually is, aside from just using one, I can actually use two. So speaking of light and shadow, we are going to reach in again with our brow brush. We're going to take Sensational Loose Multipurpose Pigment. Sensational. And we are going to go in on the outer corner. Right there. Right here. See that? Actually, I forgot. You're supposed to do it with your eyes closed. Do it with your eyes open when you're doing the outer corner, the inner corner, I'm sorry. With your eyes open, apply that light. Look at how awake my eyes look as a result. And if you want to be a little bit extra, I mean, there's nothing wrong with being extra. Are the MCs grease-proof? Yes, they are. It's almost like I'm insulted, but yes, they are. Of course they are. All right. So I'm going to take a flat brush again with Sensational. We're going to try something. And I'm going to, on top of Brilliance, right where the light is the most bright, layer Sensational on top for an extra shine. Now this, again, the idea here is to create depth by adding light and shadow. So by adding a little bit of extra light, your eyes look bigger and more, I would say, wider, deeper set, right? There we go. Right? Look at that visual interest. There we go. And you can blend that in. You can just take any of your old eyeshadow. I'm going to take the shade. I'm going to take a little bit more of the shade. I'm going to try a little bit. Not this one, sorry. I used pala Glee. Diba? Sana all monolid eyes. Why do you want to have... I think, again, it's all about making sure that you do eyelids for your own eye shape. Plus, I was like mocked. What I like about this, so anybody in the audience, I did this live especially for monolids because I don't know if you grew up the way I did, where I was mocked for having tiny eyes. Like literally people would like ridicule me, ang liit na mata mo, wala ka ata nakikita. Now you have people trying to have monolids and trying to fake monolids. For me, I'm like, yeah, come uppance. You know what? That's just proof that you should just love your eyes the way they are, love your body the way it is. Because what you think is like pangit, what people think is pangit now could become uso later. Just proving the point. Just proving the point. Now y'all want to look like me. So we're going to take a little bit of, not this one, we're going to take a little bit of Eden, which I used kanina, and I'm just going to define the inner corner with a little bit of that, just a little bit to add some shadow and depth to make my eyelids pop. See that? Boom. Blend that out. Blend that out. And there we go. And we can take a little bit of Eden again, just apply it to the lower lash line. And then just have to pop on some mascara, which I'm going to do for you, but not showing you the product that I use because Ellana doesn't have a mascara. And I use a tube you cannot see. Sun color, exactly. So we're just gonna... If you, by the way, if you have monolid eyes, you want to concentrate as much of the definition towards the outside. So once I do this, I'm actually going to go back in with an eyeliner pencil. Actually, I'm going to go in with the brow pencil, or like actually the brow pomade. I'm going to go in with the brow pomade and just define my lashes. You want your lashes to be thicker and heavier and more defined near the outside. You don't, as much as possible, you don't want a lot of crowding in the inner corner. You want all the attention to be kind of moving outwards as well. And you can see, actually, I'm not that good at applying makeup, so it's a little bit messy up here. That's my thing, but it's fine. Nobody's perfect. I'm just going to blend that. You can always blend like that. If you just take a clean brush and do like this. So now it looks better. Okay. I also am not good at applying even sun color. Like I'll always have more on one eyelid. I don't know why, but it's fine. As long as it looks generally good, you get the principles. You don't have to worry about being too perfect. You're not a makeup artist. You're just doing it on yourself. It's okay. So again, I'm going to go back in with an eyeliner. Oops, I got a little bit of the mascara there. Yeah, I do use mascara sometimes. It's just that I don't want to show you. That's why I found one that was like generic looking, so you can't ask which one it is. Ha ha. Because I'm not going to tell you. Again, so once I'm done, it's applied. By the way, pro tip, if you are going to use makeup on one of the eyes, you want to apply mascara also to the bottom lashes a little bit, just because like it makes your eyes look more awake. Anyway. So now that you do that, again, we're going to go into eyeliner a little bit, and I'm going to use my favorite, which is in here in this bag. Chanan, the dark brown eyebrow gel. So what do we want to do with this? Want to take a little bit of that eyebrow gel. You want to look up like this, and you want to concentrate some lining under your lashes, focusing on the outer corner. Oops, sorry. And kind of blending. You guys can see, right? Blending that into the liner. Blending that into like the mascara and the liner. Why? Because if you're a monolid eye, you want, again, the depth to be on this part of the eye. You want there to be a lot of visual interest on your lashes and that part of the eye. It makes your eyes look more awake, alive, and flirty. Also, when you're getting falsies, you will actually want to cut the falsies here and concentrate them to be longer here. It looks more natural. So again, and tight lining is your friend. If you are a monolid, tight lining is your friend. It is your friend. It is your friend. So again, tight lining with the brow pomades. I'm actually using the brow pomade, which is eye safe. So again, we are using only eye safe pigments today. So this eye, it is your friend. It is your friend. And you want, again, blend that up into your lashes even, so that you have, again, heavier looking lashes near the outside. You can also take that pencil, that brow pomade, and put it on your lower lashes. And there you go. Look at the definition. So again, you want to be looking, I'm not the only person who does monolid makeup tutorials. Obviously, I'm not even doing a makeup tutorial, I'm just doing a demo. But if you are going to look for somebody whose makeup style, if you are a monolid looking for somebody to teach you how to do monolid makeup, make sure they actually are a monolid or they've trained on monolid eyes. There's a lot of videos on YouTube, but only a few of them are really useful, I've found. And make sure also that you like how they do their eye makeup. Like you want to make sure that that's something that you're down for. So I'm actually going to just fix my lashes using the brow brush side of my pencil. That's not a mascara, that's a brow pomade. And there you go. See that? Not heavy at all, very natural looking, but my eyes look oomphed. Now, what about the lips and the cheeks? Well, I could do them, but I could also show you the other new product we have, which is the Mood Mask with new and improved microfiber filter layer for added protection. I actually don't know what color I have in here. I think it's the brown one. Oh, wow. So this is the new and improved microfiber layer Mood Mask. It now has a microfiber layer sewn in, which allows you to kind of extra filter. And you can actually put an additional filter inside if you so desire. So yung flirtation shades po ba eyeshadow lang? Nope, that's the old powder mascara. The powder pigments are also for blush and lips. Okay, so I'm wearing a brown thing. So this is our brand new version of the mask. Is there a general? Okay, so see? So dramatic. Right. Anyway. Let me see. You prefer to use eyebrow pomade? I also use the pencil. I also use the pencil for liner. I just wanted to use the pomade today because I felt like it was just more fitting. Anyway, so let me see. Ilan shade po mood mask? I think it's like 10 now. I'm not really sure. There's a lot. All I'm gonna say, there's a lot. I don't really know how many, but there's a lot. Is there a general rule when it comes to choosing right eyeshadow color? Nope. Do whatever you want. Honestly, for me, eyeshadow, at least when you're dealing with Ellana colors, they're all safe. Like they all are beautiful and work on all skin tones. My only tip would be, again, if you're monolid, you go from the darkest to the lightest. You don't do the darker up here, lighter down there. It doesn't work as well on monolid eyes. If you are a monolid, you will want to do a gradient darkest to lightest. You notice what I did on my own eyes. Okay, I'm just gonna touch up my brows with a little bit of dark brown pomade because I kind of like, that's one thing. It's good to have multiple colors of the pomade and the pencil because you mix them together and they create like a more natural looking eyebrow. Just saying. Okay. Yeah. Matchy eyeshadow and mask. I know, right? But this also works with my personal favorite that I haven't actually worn on camera yet, but my personal favorite mask is this one, which matches with my hair, I think. But again, this is a very neutral look. It matches with like any and all lipsticks, any and all clothes. It's just a very nice color for skin. Yep, the new masks come with that kind of knot. If you don't have the new masks though, you can tie that kind of knot. There are videos online. It's called a slip knot, so it's fine. Yeah. Watches the new shades. There you go. They kind of wore off already. Don't worry, this live will be present on Instagram, IGTV. You can watch back. So there you go. That is the demo. Now let's talk about winners. So for which shade of MCC can be used a tight line? You can use Wish or Eden, but personally for tight lining, I still prefer using the eyebrow pomade or the eyebrow pencil just because it's a much darker shade. So you notice when I did tight lining, I used the eyebrow pomade. And you can also use the dark brown eyebrow pencil, which is very, very nice. You can see what that see, it looks so natural. It makes my lashes look thicker, which is the whole point of eyeliner, by the way. It should just make your eyelashes look thicker. So you don't necessarily need to do the wing. If you want to, you can. Like I can wing that out a little bit more. But it's better to do for me like a softer one just because it looks more natural. Okay, again. So there you go. So for the winner on Facebook is Jenny Lynn Ason. And the winner for Instagram is RM Doringo. So congratulations to RM Doringo and to Jenny Lynn Ason. You guys have won gift certificates. Blah, 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 blah. Nabubulol na ako. Gift certificates from Ellana. All you have to do is DM us on Facebook to claim them. So make sure to DM us on Facebook, not Instagram. Not Instagram, DM us on Facebook, and we will get to you with your gift certificate. Okay. For everybody else, check out our website. These new eye products are now available for purchase. Go get them before they sell out because they can. I'm betting they're gonna sell out fast. And also our new and improved mood masks with an extra filtration layer are also online. Get them now. And by the way, everything else on the site is on sale. If you're buying makeup, everything else on the site is on sale. So go get them. Enjoy your day. Hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. To my monolid sisters, you see, they used to mock us for our tiny eyes. Now they want them. Rise up. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, I'm just going to. Okay. MCCs. Oh, are you guys still watching? I was like quietly doing it. I'm so sorry. Yeah, but I used you guys can see it applies really well over powder. Where did I put it? I use the where did it go? What? What? I lost it already. Guys, it's a new record. I use the shade Happiness. I was like worried I was gonna so actually I just apply it with my finger and it looks really nice on the cheeks. There you go. Anyway, lol. Bye guys. For real this time.